What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Damien After Dark. We will be recapping episode 9 of Joseline's Cabaret, Texas. I couldn't remember. Sorry, you guys. But listen, if you're watching Joseline's Cabaret, Texas, and you want to talk about it, you've come to the right place. We're going to be recapping it, getting down to what happened in the episode. So before we begin, if you haven't subscribed to our channel before, please click the subscribe button by clicking my name right down there. Also, you'll see the thumbs up button. Like this video by clicking that thumbs up button. That helps me get into the YouTube algorithm. I'd really and truly appreciate that if you did that. That's all I ask. Now, if you want to join the conversation, let your voice be heard. I'd love to hear from you. Get in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about episode 9, even though it was a little. We're going to talk about it, okay? Last but not least, if you want to donate, in the description box below will be some ways that you can leave a donation to help grow and sustain this channel. Thank you guys so much for the love and support. I appreciate it, and I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. Listen, this episode is like a week late. I'm going to be recording 2 back-to-back Joseline's Cabaret episodes because I was out of town last week, right? So I missed it. So this is episode 9. Episode 10 is coming right after. Now, this recap won't be that long, okay? We're going to make this recap very quick because episode 9 was very boring. It was just fluff. It was filler, what we like to call filler episodes, right? Wasn't much going on. We're going to throw it in there. So the episode begins with Ocean and her eye, right? Ocean's eye became a big thing this episode because she's walking around looking like she's got a literal tomato on her fucking face. And I really don't think that Hennessy's just some big bad fighter that fucked her up. I think Hennessy got lucky when Ocean was down and security was holding Hennessy back, and Hennessy kicked, and she got lucky and knocked Ocean in the eye. Because right after the fight, we see Hennessy go, "Who's next? Who's next?" It's like, girl, you're not intimidating nobody. I like you, Hennessy, but we've seen you fight, and you really can't do shit. We saw you try to sneak Neek off the bus when she got off the bus, and you didn't do shit. You really couldn't do nothing. Um, so yeah, what do y'all think about Ocean's eye? I think she looks a hot mess. Miss Swamp Water, as we like to call her. I don't care for Ocean. She's an ass kisser. She's very aware of the camera. She's a people pleaser that's going to tell you what you want to hear all across the board. I don't like that. Now, Joseline tells the girls, "I want y'all to get ready. I want y'all to get ready because some of y'all are going with me to the launch of EXO Beauty by Joseline Hernandez." Now, Joseline is launching this beauty line. Everybody wants to be Rihanna nowadays. Ever since Rihanna launched Fenty Beauty, everybody's like, "Oh, I want a piece of that motherfucking pie." And there's room for everybody to succeed in the beauty industry. But when I think of Joseline Hernandez, I don't think of beauty, okay? Not that she's not beautiful. She's gorgeous. I don't think of beauty products. We're going to talk more about that in a second. But first, Andrea says that there are we know last week there was a lot of tension in the house. There was a lot of fighting and arguing going on in the house. We saw Neek whoop the hell out of Danny, or was it Andrea? Neek whooped the hell out of Danny, only for Andrea to try to jump in and help. And when that happened, when Andrea tried to jump in and help, all the other girls, started jumping in, and it was just chaos and fights all around the board. So there's a little bit of tension and fighting left going on in this episode. We can see Andrea says that Neek and her group of girls, the new girls, that they're all demons, and it's like it's a spirit, and it's like, baby, Andrea, my love. I feel like in Danny and Andrea's delusional minds, they think that the fans love them. They think that their behavior is condonable and that their behavior is going to be the type of behavior that the fans are going to cheer for when we don't like y'all. I don't see anybody in the comments ever rooting for Danny and Andrea. I'm sorry, I just don't. And I know some people might not like Neek, but I like her. I think Neek is beautiful. I think that she is entertaining, way more entertaining than these hyenas that they've brought back. Um, Neek gives more OG than these other girls. I feel like Neek has been here. I feel like she was on another season before. She has established her presence in the cabaret, whether girls like her or not. She might talk a lot, yes, but she's there and she makes her presence known and she takes up space. And I like that in a person and I appreciate that in a person, okay? Now, Neek is going in on Hennessy. Neek is going in on Hennessy. And while they're arguing, I'm just like, Hennessy, baby girl, why don't you get something like this and put it on your head? I don't know what's going on with her. She's got like 3 strands of hair hanging. You know, she got a black eye, like she bruised. Eyelashes hanging, mascara running. Like, girl, you look a hot ass mess. Go do something, sis. And maybe that was only like a 30-minute span, but based off of what we saw, it seemed like she was like that for a long time. Um, I used to love Jayla, the one they call Russian Dream or whatever. I used to like her. I thought she was very pretty, but she's starting to annoy me. Um, she gives a little bit of a bully vibe sometimes. I just feel like sometimes she butts in when she shouldn't. Um, Now Neek says, she's ranting, she's going off, and I'm not going to lie to y'all. Everything Neek was saying, I think she's one of my new favorites. I think she's my MVP of the season so far. Everything Neek was saying, I was agreeing with. I mean, she was going in. She said nobody can dance out of those girls. She said Danny and Andrea look like stiff ass robots. She said all Diamond does is pull her titties out and shake her fucking titties. I mean, Raven's okay. I like Raven. She's okay, and I'm okay with Diamond too. But it's like, why do they choose these girls? And I'm with Neek on this. If this is the Joseline's Cabaret OGs, this is who y'all bring back. See, Lucky is the one I wanted back. Big Lex is who I want to see back. Daisy is who I want to see back. Wet Wet, those type of girls. But see, Joseline don't like those type of girls because they shine. Because we, the fans, love them. We want them back. We want to see them. So instead, she wants these dust bucket ass girls who will listen and do whatever she says that nobody really cares for. It makes Joseline feel superior and more, and even more beautiful about herself. And I feel like the Big Lexes, the Daisies, the Wet Wets. Well, I don't know about Wet Wet, but the Big Lazies, the Wet Wets, and the um Luckies, they didn't put up with Joseline's shit like these other ones would. They would tell her how they felt, right? Um, and it's almost like Zeus just loves to every show they have, every series they have, they love to bring back people from the previous seasons. We don't always need that. You can give us all new people. It's okay. Like I feel like that's why Joseline's Cabaret season 2 was so successful and was probably the most successful season that they have when they were in Atlanta. Think about it. That was the season with Big Lex when Big Lex said, double humma. Y'all ain't gonna say the word because Zeus will. But I feel like that was one of the best seasons because all those girls were new. We had never seen them. They weren't influencers. They weren't from baddies. They were just raw girls looking for come on TV and for a come up. And it was a great season. Now Jocelyn comes in and she tells the girls to get ready so she can choose 4 girls to go with her to this beauty launch. So we see the girls getting ready, they get ready to go out. And I'm thinking, if Jocelyn's inviting you out to this beauty launch of hers, that's something that's special and important to her. You would want to look your best, right? What the fuck is Danny wearing? Somebody please explain to me in these comments what that hyena named Danny was wearing. This girl, she first of all, she had on a orange Halloween Express looking Lois Griffin wig from Family Guy. Y'all know Lois Griffin. And then this black dress. I'm like, Danny, can you please look presentable? And that's the thing. I've seen Danny in confessionals look pretty. So what's going on, sis? Like, are you broke? Do you not have no money? So Jocelyn chooses Danny, Lexi, Raven, and Neek. And here's what's shocking. Even Danny, even Danny herself was shocked that Jocelyn chose her because she was like, "I'm surprised you chose me because I look like." She said she looks raggedy as hell. And I'm like, okay, I appreciate that with Danny. At least she can admit that she looked like shit, right? At least she can admit that she looked raggedy. But why, sis? Why do you want to look? What if your future husband was out that day and y'all would have bumped into him and you over here looking like Raggedy Ann? And what's Joseline's thing with Danny? She's always choosing Danny to be in the music videos, to come to the EXO Beauty launch, to do this, to do that, come on the Cabaret. I don't get it. She has zero sex appeal to me. And Danny is very masculine in my opinion. Like she seems like one of the dudes. And I know some of y'all are gonna say, well, Damien, there's masculine women. No shit, I know that. I'm a gay male, there's feminine men, there's masculine men, there's feminine women, there's masculine women, but this is Joseline's Cabaret. This is not mask for mask, okay? So, I don't know. I mean, you know, you think about the Cabaret, I know a lot of gay men do show up for it because a lot of the fans are gay men and women. But if Joseline's Cabaret is about selling sex appeal fantasy, I don't think Danny, when I see that, my truth, and I'm sorry if you don't like it. Now, I don't know, for some reason my lighting looks weird. I hope it doesn't translate weird um, through you guys. Maybe it'll look, I don't know, maybe it'll look better whenever I upload it. So, and I got fucking expensive studio lights, y'all. So I'm over here like, why is the light not lighting? I don't know. Maybe it'll look good when I upload it. Now, the girls are getting ready to go to this EXO Beauty launch, Joseline's beauty line, right? Which, by the way, she barely promotes it. She barely talks about it. You can go on her website. There's like a couple products to choose from. This is why her beauty line, I feel like, is not going to be successful. She's not. You've got to be personable. You've got to have passion behind your product. You can't just slap your name on a product and say, I'm a. You know, that's why Fenty Beauty is so successful. You notice how Rihanna's beauty line is so successful versus Beyonce's, who doesn't do as well? And I love me some Beyonce. But Rihanna is so personable. Notice, she shows up at her events. She does meet and greets. She talks to the fans. She helps them try the products on. She's, you know, she's down to earth. She's humble. She's like one of us, is what it seems like. And when you have Beyonce, on the other hand, doesn't show up to any events. You never see her meet and greeting the fans, really. It's just like, here's my new whiskey, here's my new hairline, here's my new makeup, buy it. No, it doesn't work that way. And that's what I feel like is going on with Joseline. Like, I don't think of beauty when I think of Joseline Hernandez. Now, out of all, now, this is no shade, but I could see Joseline selling stripper wear. Think about it. That's a need, okay? That's a need. I went in a store last week when I was in Fort Lauderdale, and it was like one of those sex stores, and they had lots of stripper clothes. And I'm like, okay. Now, see, I could see EXO Beauty by Joseline stripper wear, right? It would sell. It would sell. That's her niche. That's her lane. Now, the girls, Joseline's got her 4 girls. And out of all those girls that went out to that EXO Beauty launch, to me, Nique was like the standout. You know, Joseline is asking y'all to come to this event and support her. Look your best. And the rest of them looked like streetwalkers, looked like they were running to the grocery store, looked like they just finished a shift at the strip club. One of them looked like she just ran out to the laundromat to wash some clothes and come back. Nique, head to toe, was giving star. Okay? I love or hate Nique. She was giving star. I loved the hair, the pulled back ponytail with the pink hair bow. She had this pink ensemble on with these strappy heels that went up her legs. She looked so good. The rest of y'all, I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Now, apparently, because I was wondering why Joseline chose Danny, but apparently Joseline says she chose the ones who have been doing the best choreography. I mean, I guess Danny should be doing the best choreography since she's been here 2 years now. You should know it all, right? So in the Sprinter van, the girl, or the not the Sprinter van, the 4 girls get in a black truck, a black SUV. They head to the event. And when they get to the event, or on the way to the event, Nique turns around and she asks Danny, like, yo, why did you jump me? And that's all she said, right? Neek wasn't ugly. She wasn't passive aggressive. She was just trying to have a conversation with her, like, yo, why did you jump me? Danny loses her motherfucking shit. Like, Danny loses it in that orange Lois Griffin wig. I'm like, what? Danny, what? Girl, she's trying to have a conversation with you. She didn't come at you passive aggressively. She wasn't a bitch. Um, and I'm like Lexi, and I'm growing to like Lexi. Lexi got to go too. She's sitting next to Neek. Lexi was like, if y'all can't handle yourself, why are you even going? You know, Lexi, if you notice, she had to put her hand out like this to so Danny or Neek wouldn't jump across the truck at one another. Um, Now there was a scene with Andrea and was it Raven? I think it was Raven or Diamond. Maybe it was Diamond. It was Andrea and Diamond, I think, in the bed. They're cuddling together. Rose comes in there and they pretty much tell Rose, you know, that they feel like the other girls get in her and Hennessy's business too much. They tell Rose that, like, look, these girls are going to try to manipulate you. They're trying to get you to flip on your friend. Don't listen to them because we don't care who you hang out with. You can hang out with whoever you want. And I agree with them, and I appreciate that, you know, because as much as I love the new girls compared to the OGs, you can tell that the new girls have been trying to put a wedge between Hennessy and Rose's friendship. I don't know if it's for sake of a storyline. I don't know if they're just messy like that, but I had to agree with Diamond and Andrea. Now let's get to this. Let's get to this EXO Beauty event by Joseline. Okay. Now I told y'all this last week. I'm gonna say it again because I told y'all last week in the sneak peek, it looked like this EXO Beauty launch was very mismanaged, misorganized. It looked cheap. There was nobody there, and knowing Zeus, they probably dropped the flyer like 2 days before because they're notorious for doing that. Um, but this is Zeus. Like, I'm like, come on, Zeus, y'all. If this would have been a baddies blunt event or a baddie beauty event, it would have been a blowout, right? They would have had the banners. They would have had the step and repeats. They would have had. It would have been a party, the party of the year in Houston if this was baddies. But because it's Joseline's Cabaret and the budget is not there, according to Miss Natalie Nunn, allegedly. That's what Natalie said on video. Y'all remember Natalie said that they had to take some of the baddies' budget to make sure Joseline's Cabaret got another season. Now we know Natalie. We know Natalie is notorious for lying, so that could be a lie. But it's no secret Baddies is the flagship show for Zeus. It's the most successful show for Zeus. So I understand why they put the most money behind it. But come on, Lemmy, y'all did Joseline dirty with this event, and I'm surprised Joseline wasn't pissed. Maybe this is her standard. Maybe she doesn't care. But it looked a mess. And there was like 10 people there. Did y'all see? I was expecting there to be like a line outside. I was expecting it to be a bigger venue. I was expecting it to be, to catering and I mean, everybody can't be Fenty Beauty, I guess. Everybody can't be Fenty Beauty. And then too, like I think we talked about it. Like, if you notice, like the EXO Beauty banner they had up, it was wrinkled. Like I was embarrassed for her. Okay, now back at the house, Erica sits down and talks to Andrea because we know that they have issues, right? And Erica's pretty much like, look, Andrea, I don't want to have any issues with you. I want us to move forward. She says one of their biggest issues that she has with Andrea and that the rest of the house has with Andrea is that Andrea always jumps in Danny's fights. I agree with that. Now, I think a lot of girls jump in each other's fights, but Andrea is notorious for it. Danny can't fart without Andrea being there to go sniffing it, okay? And vice versa. Um, which, Andrea tries to say in her confessional, well, everybody else jumps in everybody else's fight, so I'm going to always jump in my fight. And I don't think everybody jumps in everybody's fights. I think there are some girls who do jump in certain fights and situations. But if you roll the footage, Andrea and Danny are the ones that are notorious for it. And it's not that she's just jumping to jump. They're jumping because Danny can't fight. Andrea jumps in because Danny runs her fucking mouth and gets her ass beat, and then Andrea tries to be Captain Save-A-Ho. No, your friend is asking for it when she barks all day long. Same for you, Andrea. You can't fight either. And oh my god, y'all know last week when they had to do that dance for Ballistic and Joseline? Y'all remember that when they had to audition for the music video and Andrea had that little foxtail on her butt? Bitch, how did I just now realize that was a butt plug? Now, one of the girls said it on the show. One of the girls said, how did Andrea get chosen? And she came up here with a butt plug. But I just thought they were being funny. When I was in that sex store last week, I was telling y'all about, I saw the butt plug fox thing that Andrea was wearing. I swear. It was like a little foxtail and it was a butt. I said, bitch. I guess that's why Andrea got chosen. Because they liked the butt plug of it all. I don't know. So it's time for rehearsals. The girls get ready to rehearse. And Erica takes it amongst herself to get in front of the group and say, hey ladies, listen up. I just want everybody to know, like, can we please get through this rehearsal without fighting, without any drama? And I'm just like, Erica, shut the fuck up. I'll try to like Erica and she's cute and whatnot, but who made you the bottom bitch? Who made you the, what does Joseline call the girl? The house mom. Who made you the house mom? Like, I get her message. I agree with that. Right message, wrong messenger. Like, no ma'am. You think you top dog, baby, and you're not. You're not top dog around here. Now this episode was fluff, like I told y'all, right? Because we see the girls rehearse, the show ends. It's like this episode was very boring, fluff, boring. They needed filler. This season of the Cabaret is not bad. It's better than last season, but I worry for the Cabaret. I feel like there needs to be some sort of shakeup. And if they would just listen to me, I've tried to give Zeus advice. They don't listen. They love to watch my videos and report them, but they don't listen to the advice that I give them. If they would just listen, because the show is starting to go, like, it was so good seasons. Some people don't like season 1, but I liked it. It was so good season 1, 2, and 3. And now it's like after 4, it's just kind of like going down. Even though this season's not that bad, but you guys are going to lose the audience if you don't change it up. First thing I would do is stop bringing back these OGs. Especially these lame-ass OGs. If you're going to bring an OG back, maybe one. Okay? Like, second of all, let's do this show Bad Girls Club style. We loved season 2 because all the girls were new. Put them in the house together, let them live together. And then if you want to keep doing the elimination styles, go for it. Whatever. Now, next week, it looks like Lexi gets called out by Joseline. And she gets dismissed from the music video because, Lexi gets chosen to be in the music video. Then Joseline says, no, you're not going to be in the music video because I heard that you auditioned for the Ops. Which the Ops is, I'm assuming, is baddies. We all know Joseline and Natalie. They don't like one another. They both argue over who's the queen of Zeus, who's got the best show on Zeus. So I guess Lexi auditioned for baddies. Now, I don't see what's wrong with that. Everybody's looking for opportunity, right? Everybody's looking for a chance. She's just trying to make a way just like you did, Joseline. I'm sure you auditioned for more things than love and hip hop. Like, why are we faulting her for that? And let's be real. All the girls want to go to baddies because that's where the coin is. There's no money in Joseline's Cabaret. There is, but it's pennies. It's pennies. These girls, first of all, these girls don't make much on the season. Unless you're brought back, right? Unless you're a wet, unless you're a Daisy, a Diamond, a Raven, an Andrea, you're not going to make that much unless you're brought back. And I still don't see Andrea and Danny and them making much being brought back because they're not big characters. They're not that, like Lucky. I'm sure Lucky made a pretty penny coming back. She was a big character. But these girls don't make much on this show. And then they get to go on the tour if they're chosen with Joseline. And then they might make $500 to $1,000 a night, okay? And you can do the math yourself and figure that out. I mean, they're going to these strip clubs that only hold, 500 people, if that? 1,000 people, maybe. I'm probably over-exaggerating. And then you charge everybody $60 a pop. How are they going to pay 10 girls good money? They're not. They're making chump change. So the girls want to go to baddies. The girls want to go to baddies because, one, you're making a chunk. You're making a big paycheck if you get, especially if you get asked back. Number two, you're going to be more known because more people watch baddies. You're going to get way more followers and fans, and then you're also going to get the endorsements and the club appearances. And we see DTB out here doing club appearances. We see Tinkerbella and Biggie and all these girls and Scotty out here doing club appearances. Do you see Lucky and Daisy and Andrea and Danny and Raven and Diamond? Do y'all see them doing club appearances? No, there's no money in the cabaret. Okay, and it's just fact. It's fact. Anybody, and I can get mad if you want to, but it is what it is. Now, join the conversation by getting in the comment section below. Leave me your thoughts and opinions on this episode of Joseline's Cabaret, Texas. Don't forget, before you leave, click that subscribe button right down there so you never miss an episode. And press the thumbs up button if you don't do anything else, because that helps me get into the YouTube algorithm when you like this video. Okay, thank you. Last but not least, if you want to leave a donation to help us grow and sustain this channel, in the description box below will be some ways that you can donate. Thank you guys so much for the love and support. I appreciate y'all so much. Y'all be saying the nicest shit to me. Like, seriously, just a little quick sappy little, I get so many sweet comments from my OGs that have been following me forever, and then new people, new fans that come over, new subscribers that tell me, oh my god, I'm so glad I found your channel. You're so funny. I love you so much. You help me get through my day. I love watching you while I clean the house. I love watching you on the way to work. I love watching you while I'm at work. And those are the kind of things that just make my fucking day. Okay, so keep the comments coming. Thank you guys. I love you. Baddies Midwest episode 3 coming, and the new Joseline's Cabaret episode coming. Love you so much, and we'll see you next time.